These instructions describe how to fit an Amphenol Antenna Solutions RETU-EX01 actuator to a manually adjustable Amphenol antenna. Typically, the RET unit is installed at the factory and further install work or adjustment isn't necessary. However, most manually adjustable antennas have the ability to be retrofitted in the field, giving them remote capability. The first order of business is to check the parts. Amphenol's part number RETU-EX01 contains the RET unit. The X in the part number is replaced with A for AISG 1.1, G for AISG 2.0. The vast majority of retrofits will be for the EG01 version, E for Ericsson proprietary mode. 4 machine screws to attach the RET unit to the antenna, plastic caps for the AISG connectors. Note the actuator's unique RET ID or serial number that is on the RET unit and on the box. This ID may be required to be loaded into your OEM eNode B controller for actuation. On multi-band antennas, a sticker denoting the frequency band or RET port is also applied. Check the cables. Make sure you have the correct AISG jumper cable to connect the RET to either the Amphenol PCU-4 controller, a competitive controller, or an OEM eNode B controller. Each cable has the male connector on one end and the female on the other. The female end will connect to the RET actuator. Set the antenna to minimum tilt. Since external RET antennas do not have internal motors or position sensors, the antenna to be retrofitted must be set to the exact same tilt as the RET actuator, or the phase shifting mechanism inside the antenna may break during actuation. It's recommended to set the antenna and the RET actuator to the minimum tilt during this process. Rotate the knob on the antenna a half a degree beyond the minimum tilt value on the indicator gauge. Back off and rotate the knob counterclockwise until the minimum tilt setting is achieved. Set the RET actuator to minimum tilt. Follow the instructions provided in the Antenna Line Device Control, or ALDC, software manual, or earlier in this video, to set the RET actuator to the minimum tilt setting for that model. If you don't have Amphenol's ALDC software or PCU-4 controller, follow your controller manufacturer's instructions to set the RET to the minimum tilt. Set the RET detail settings. The antenna serial number, sector ID, site ID, bearing, and a number of other attributes can be loaded into the RET actuator at this time. Verify that the antenna model shown in the Antenna Model section is the same as your antenna. If not, the RET will need to be reconfigured before proceeding. Please call Amphenol Technical Support at 815-381-7804 for more information and assistance. Attach the RET unit to the antenna. Attach the RET unit using the 4 machine screws provided. An M10 wrench is required. Tighten the screws until the RET unit flange is secure. Do not over-tighten. Test and record the data. Using the ALDC or other controller manufacturer's software, drive the antenna to maximum tilt to verify operation over the full range of travel. The Multi-Device Control Unit, or MDCU module, is designed for remote electrical tilt control of each frequency band of the antennas, which have RET motors pre-installed by the factory. The MDCU is a very compact module that houses the electronic control board that drives all the RET motors existing in an antenna, according to the AISG version 1.1 or 3GPP AISG version 2.0 protocols. It also supports Ericsson proprietary mode. The module may be delivered with a shiny metallic or a painted metallic housing. Installation. Record all serial numbers on the MDCU label. There will be a unique serial number or unique ID for each operating frequency band and colored port of the antenna. Record the serial number of the antenna in which the MDCU will be installed. Note, the MDCU is delivered with protective caps on its two AISG connectors. Leave these caps in place during installation until the control cables are ready to be connected. Turn the transparent tubes that protect the tilt indicators counterclockwise to disengage them from the antenna. These tubes are tethered to the antenna and will not fall. Remove the MDCU opening cover plate by unscrewing the two plastic fasteners. This plate and the fasteners will not be required during installation and can be discarded. Insert the MDCU into the opening in the antenna. A mechanical keyway prevents the MDCU from being installed incorrectly. Do not force it. Rather, try to reverse the orientation if necessary. When the module is close to the end, increase pressure slightly to mate the internal connectors. Lock the module in place using the two captive screws. Reinstall the transparent tubes that protect the tilt indicators. Insert each tube into the two slots. Once completely inserted, turn the tube clockwise to secure. The remote control of the tilt changes is not possible until the transparent tubes are reinstalled. Remove the protective cap on the MDCU AISG male connector and attach the control cable. Do not over-tighten the AISG connector using a wrench or pliers. Hand tighten only. Test and record data. Follow the instructions provided in the Antenna Line Device Control, or ALDC, software manual, or earlier in this video to test the RET actuator. If you don't have Amphenol's ALDC software or PCU-4 controller, follow your controller manufacturer's instructions to test the RET actuator. Set the RET detail settings. The antenna serial number, sector and site ID, bearing, and a number of other attributes can be loaded into the RET actuator at this time. Verify that the antenna model shown in the Antenna Model section is the same as your antenna. If not, the RET will need to be configured before proceeding. Please call Amphenol Technical Support at 815-381-7804 for more information and assistance.